So Marvel's Blade has officially been canceled, according to World of Real and Jeff Snyder. Um, and I have been doing some digging on this matter, and other sites are reporting on this as well. Cosmic Book News is one of them. Um, Cosmic Book News is one of them. It's been all over Twitter. So it does look like that this movie has finally been scrapped. But let's take a look at what I grabbed from World of Real. Marvel's Blade reboot is not happening, dead, and and World of Real does credit Jeff Snyder as as the source. Now Jeff Snyder just recently like I think it was like a week or two ago, said that Sebastian Stan has joined the Batman Part 2 as Two-Face. And this was just recently confirmed by The Hollywood Reporter. So Jeff Snyder is very, 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 very reliable. Remember, Jeff Snyder is considered, like the guy when it comes to, like Hollywood news. I've always seen Jeff Snyder as a very well sourced former trades reporter who has gone rogue with no filter and no fear. And I mean all of that as a compliment. Rarely do you find an entertainment journalist like that these days. So when Snyder says that Marvel's Blade movie is dead, as he declared yesterday on John Roca's The Hot Mic podcast, you take his word for it. After years of delays, Blade is not happening. Blade, will not be introduced in a solo movie, Snyder said on The Hot Mic. He'll be introduced in Midnight Suns. The Midnight Suns movie, a supernatural occult focused superhero team, has been rumored and discussed for years, but it still hasn't been officially confirmed by Marvel Studios. There's no cast. There's no cast, director, or release date announced yet. The key characters would be Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, Doctor Strange, Elsa Bloodstone, and Blade. Um, so it looks like this is finally confirmed. The movie's not happening. I am not at all surprised that this is the case. And in fact, if we dive deeper into the article, it says, if we dive deeper into the article, it says, since the project was first announced at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019, delays have piled up. COVID, the WGA and SAG strikes, multiple rewrites, casting changes, and director exits. Now, this movie was first announced back in 2019. That was 7 years ago. And Mahershala Ali, I think it's worth mentioning, Mahershala Ali is not a young guy. He was 45 when this movie was first announced. This guy is 51 now. And, and I think it's, me personally, I think 51 is too old to be playing a rebooted version of a character in a cinematic universe. Wesley Snipes was 36 when he did it, back in 98. So, I do think that 51 is a little old to be playing, a rebooted version of a character. But and And there's more here. Aaron Pierre and Delroy Lindo both left the film. Mia Goth and Mahershala Ali were still attached. This project has gone through too many drafts and too many directors, with the most recent red flag being that costume designer Ruth E. Carter's period wardrobe for Blade had been repurposed for Ryan Coogler's Sinners. The film cycled through no fewer than 6 writers: Michael Green, who was one of the writers for Logan, Michael Starberry, Bo DeMaio, Nick Pizzolatto, and now Eric Pearson, and at least 3 directors. So, now, I remember at one point, this movie literally had nothing, but shit show after shit show. Because I think the first draft that they had for this movie was literally a 90-minute movie with only 2 action sequences throughout the entire movie. They had another version of the movie was Blade was going to be the 6th main character in his own movie. Another version of the movie was it was going to be about Blade's daughter at one point, and it was just, and part of the reason for that, and I think this really shows you how stupid Kevin Feige is, and I mentioned this in a previous video, but Kevin Feige literally said, oh, we didn't just want to stick Mahershala Ali in a leather jacket, and just have him kill vampires. It's like, that's literally what this character does. He obviously has no clue why, he obviously has no fucking clue, why people loved, Wesley Snipes, take on the character, why people loved, his movies so much, and especially, when you literally have, your original writer of the movie come out and say, this is not complicated, I think I think at that point you know that you're screwed. Right then you should know that you have a problem. But yeah, no, I am not at all surprised, that this is the case, that this movie's not happening. Again, it suffered, setback after setback and delay after delay. Blade is obviously, a very popular character. He spawned 3 movies, a TV show. He also has a video game in the works, coming out in the near future from Arcane and Bethesda, who did the Dishonored series. And that, and maybe, who knows, maybe in the near future, whenever his video game comes out, maybe there'll be, like a higher demand, to see the character on the big screen, like when, like after his video game comes out, whenever that is. But for now, it looks like we aren't going to see the character anytime soon, unfortunately. But let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you think we'll see Blade anytime soon? What do you think of the movie being canceled? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.